Drink soy milk, oat milk, rice milk, almond milk. Don't steal milk from a cow. Be vegan, start right now. Follow that vegan teacher, she will show you how.
Hello students, welcome to class. Let's have a look at this account over here on TikTok. It is called Vegan Andy 1. Memorize that, Vegan Andy 1. And look what it says over here. He says, veganism is hard for selfish people. Veganism is hard for selfish people. What do you think? I kind of tend to agree with that. You know, it's easy if you're not selfish. You just don't think about yourself. You think about the victims, and then it's easy. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. Let's have a look at his account here. First, I want to introduce you to him. You're going to kind of find this a bit bizarre, this first one, because he's just had it up to here with the vegan phobia. He deals with people over on TikTok who are like 10 years old, 15 years old, or he deals with adults with the lowest IQ you can imagine. And he is fed up with dealing with these people. And so in order to maintain his own sanity, sometimes he has to do some bizarre things, which I totally get. All right, here he is. That's it. That is the whole video. All right, so he's just fed up with people spamming the same thing all the time. So I guess he's trying to show them how ridiculous they look. Let's go to the next one.
I'm sorry, but I burst out laughing. I wonder if you'd be laughing if you were the one on the other end of the knife, if you were the one being slaughtered. I wonder if you'd be laughing then. Don't say sorry to me, say sorry to the animals. Go vegan.
All right, exactly. Andy, that's great. That's great. What does he have written here? Also wonder if he's got the backbone to view. Dominion. So here he's promoting the important documentaries all the time. We have here Dominion, Earthlings, best speech you will ever hear. That is by the famous, the one and only Gary Yourofsky, who helped to make many of us vegan. He was definitely one of my clicks to become vegan. And so that's what I think is great about Andy here. You know, it's a very short video. This is a great way that you can do activism over on TikTok. And, you know, here he's being more serious than in the last video. Let's check out the next one.
Well, I think you finally get it, which is great. Because if you're arguing against a vegan, you're arguing for putting little birds in blenders, for putting baby pigs in gas chambers. You're arguing for shooting individuals in the head, axing their heads off, smashing them in the head with sledgehammers. That's the things you're arguing for if you're arguing against a vegan. I think you finally get it. So walk into the supermarket and choose that vegan nugget. Well, I think you finally get it, which is great. Because if you are...
There you go. And he does this thing,
against a vegan,
and I told him one time, I said, that part's so annoying. He's like, well, that's my thing. I'm like, okay. I guess, you know, when you're an animal rights activist, you have to do whatever you need to do to stay sane. That's why sometimes on TikTok, I have been doing dancing. I know. Hard for you guys over here on YouTube to believe. But I literally turn on my live and I dance to whatever music, disco, funk, pop, K-pop, and I wear, when I'm doing that, I wear these kinds of necklaces here. Let me just show you. Well, one of them is here, for example. This is what it says. See? Look at that. You see that? Okay. This says to Google Earthlings, right? And it's the reason it's backwards is because on TikTok, they have a reverse function there. So I need to, you know, I just flip it depending on what medium I'm on. Anyway, so there's that. I also have been promoting a Discord channel that some amazing people are trying to get me to bring my audience to, which is a way for them to do some animal rights activism. You can meet people over there on this Discord channel. I just realized because of the green screen, it's all kind of faded out funny there. But anyway, there's that. I have all these things here. So this is, you know, what you do. Here's one thing that I have here. Vegan, because, can you read that? Because good people don't hurt animals. Right? And this is usually a green leaf, but it looks funny anyway. But yeah, so I do that. I wear these things around my neck. I wear this one to be a little more general for people. Vegan, for the animals, for the planet, for our lives. And I also have, be vegan because you're not a baby cow. See that? All right, so you get the idea. So we have to do stuff, whatever we do, to maintain our sanity. Every once in a while, we blurt out something that we just feel because, you know, if we censor ourselves too much, we're going to go insane. When we are working for the animals, 18 hours a day, we try every single technique available, everything that we can imagine. I've sang songs, I've played my ukulele, I've played my guitar, I have cried when I felt like crying, I have made fun of people, I have attacked people, and this guy Andy is just doing what he needs to do to stay sane, and good for him. And all of you vegans out there who are too lazy to do the work, you know, we're here. We're pounding away while you guys show up for one little video every month, or you do something else, like you walk once a year with a sign with a big crowd of people, and you know, this is your idea of how you think we're going to get a vegan world. It's not. You guys are critical of people like Andy and I, thinking that we're too radical, but the reality is that we're getting the work done. We are getting the people to know what the word vegan means. We are getting people to understand what is needed from the population. We are giving them the links to these videos, these documentaries, all the time, consistently. So I love this guy. I think he's great.
Why is it funny? Why is it funny? Do you know why it's funny, or you've got no idea why it's funny? No idea?
See, there you go. There's another example of what he has to put up with. Let me show that again. Just go back. So here you've got this kid, this little brat, eating dead animals in front of him. This happens to me too when I go out in public. I've had people put pepperoni sticks in my windshield. I have had people who know me just come up and with their phone and try to speak badly, talk about how much they love murder, death, beheadings of animals, how they like to wear the skin of animals. This is what we put up with when we go out into the world. And so, you know, we do the best that we can in order to not go crazy, to keep working, to not burn out. And so, but listen, look at what he has to put up with. Kid eats animal in front of vegans. You know, he's got a friend there, thinks it's funny, filming. Why is beheading an animal funny? I don't know how Andy does it. I mean, he restrains himself. They're right in his face much more often than I do, because I don't do these things as often as he does in public. But he has all his signs there, and this is a regular thing for him. I don't know how he restrains himself and doesn't strangle these kids. I mean, these kids need a good spanking. That's what they need. That's what they need. A good old-fashioned spanking. You heard it here. That's what these kids need. I don't know what kind of parents they have that raise these kids to be so disrespectful. Not only do they pay for the rape, torture, confinement, sadness, betrayal, and murder of innocent animals who never did a single thing wrong to them, these guys also, in addition to that, have to be complete assholes to those who are trying to defend the animals. It's unbelievable. Let's look at another. So you see that? Look what he wrote there, right? He says, non-vegan lady sickened by her own beheading. So she eats animals, presumably, and she's getting one of the clicks. You know, the 100 clicks. She's getting one of them right there. And he's saying, you know, maybe she's vegan now. So let's go on to the next one. Oh yeah, I noticed that here it says at savepoppy.com. You can go to that site and see what he's talking about with different animals that are being abused.
Animals, if you're offended. If you're offended by that on the ground, why are you paying for them to have their head chopped off? Don't pay for them to have their head chopped off. Be vegan. Animals, if you're offended. If you're offended by that on the ground, why are you paying for them to have their head chopped off? Don't pay for them to have their head chopped off.
I don't know what's going on here. Somebody threw that there and she's offended that it's there. I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to make the point, like, if you're offended by the whole display, then maybe you should stop eating animals. Anyway, see that? He gets people right in his face all the time. Vegan in 10 seconds. All right, 6, 5, 4. Let's look put that sign there. So she's watching the sign for 10 seconds, and that's enough that he thinks for her to get the message, get the point. The only trigger warning cows get is a bolt into their skull. This is a great sign that Andy has here, because people are often saying, well, you need a trigger warning here. You can't put these signs out in the public because people will see them and the children will be upset and the parents will be upset. We need a trigger warning before we walk past this. No, you don't. What you need to do is not feed your kids death so that we don't have to waste all of our time trying to remind you that murder is wrong, that the Holocaust never ended, that you shouldn't be eating animals, that you shouldn't be feeding your children animals, that you should allow your children to maintain their vegan virginity from the time that they are born without shoving corpses down their throats. Way to go, Andy. Look at this great display. Amazing. So many people are seeing these signs. It's great. You know, the people that watch these people misbehave are also equally to blame. You know, why is nobody coming up here and saying, look, this is not funny? It's not cool to laugh at this guy. Now here, this is actually not Andy in this particular case. Andy's holding the camera. This is somebody else that day that helped out. But all these kids, all of them eat animals. All of them are contributing to the planet being more polluted by animal agriculture. And, you know, Andy's just a guy who doesn't even have kids of his own, but he cares. Good people exist. Look at this young lady was laughing. These people. Unbelievable. Imagine the vegans who care so much about the animals, who see the suffering all of the time. They have to block this out. They have to try to not be affected by the images, although they affect them so much. They have to listen to the screams. These are not just make-believe sounds either. Actual screams of animals who are lining up, seeing their friends being murdered. They are terrified. They are in tight, confined hallways and being lowered down into gas chambers. This is actual suffering. And vegans know it. But vegans show up and try to block it out. But they can't block it out so much that they go back to eating animals. They can't do that. They can't block it out so much that they will never care to do activism. It's a fine balance. It is amazing that vegan animal rights activists who care are actually able every day to keep getting out there and doing the work. I know for me it's not easy. Not at all. I suffer from dystopia, the anguish of being vegan in a non-vegan world. Everywhere I go, I see corpses, and I know that Andy does too. And that's why I have so much respect for him, because he keeps getting out there all the time. I know how hard that is. All right, sorry, let me just go back down there. So the vegans have their mouths taped, and you're just hearing the sounds of the animals. And it says here, if you think vegans are loud, listen to the screams from the slaughterhouses. Excellent work. Very good work, Andy. Super proud of you. What does this say? What the fuck? I'm eating out of slaughterhouses. I'm now vegan. Okay, so this is where he's showing that people are getting it. This young lady showing her in slow motion. See, she is seeing it. She's getting it. And it's going to be hard because she will go home to a family who is vegan phobic, who will say, oh, never mind about that. Toughen up, eat your meat. We need to nurture these kind-hearted people. Who are you? If you come to my comment section and you see that it is full of vegan phobia and full of these kind of horrific people, your job as a vegan is to go down there and educate people. Don't just watch my videos. Go down there and copy and paste comments all the time. Links to documentaries like Earthlings, like Dominion Movement, like to Gary Yourofsky's speech. Even go and promote your own channels in my comment sections. People like, for example, Joey Carbstrong. Joey should be in my comment section, commenting and telling people to go over to his channel. That's what should happen. Vegans should work closely together, much more closely together. They should be highlighting one another's accounts. That's how we should be working. So anyway, I want to thank you guys very much for being here. And thanks for subscribing to the channel. If you go and get a chance to see Andy's site here, it's called Vegan Andy 1. Go and check him out. Tell him I said hi. Tell him I said I'm proud of him, although I tell him myself anyway all the time. And please subscribe to this channel, press the notification bell, and help us get these animals out of hell, because they really don't deserve it. And to those of you who are vegan or deciding to be vegan today, big hug to you. Ready? Big hug. Big, big, massive hug to you guys who actually are kind, who have empathy, compassion, who give a shit, and don't just think about yourselves. We say we love animals, yet we hurt them in every way imaginable. We shoot them, we beat them, we skin them, we wear them, we dominate them, we mutilate them, we cut off their skin, we betray them, we choke them, we force feed them, we burn them, we bite and swallow them, we fire guns at them, though they've committed no crimes. We cut off their heads, we kidnap them and trample on their rights. We destroy rainforests to feed them, just so we can eat them. We experiment on them, we spray poisons on them, we radiate them. And all of this karma comes back to us, until we declare, I'll be vegan from now on. If you find value in my work, subscribe and press the notification bell and help me get the animals out of hell. Thank you.